Hi everybody, my name's Adam Pickering, and today for our 28-day challenge we're going to be showing you how to do some pickling. I'm from part of the team who run Hockley Hustle Festival, and we've also got Green Hustle Festival. Look out for that on September 19th. You can follow us on all social media at Green Hustle Fest, and yes, have a look out for that. It's going to be a festival of everything environmental, loads of entertainment, loads of creativity, loads of fun. But today we're going to be talking about pickling. And if you haven't tried pickling before, you might be wondering, anyway, what has this got to do with lowering our carbon footprint? Well, it's all about food waste. So pickling is a great way of preserving food. You can keep it in the jar for weeks and months and possibly years without it going off. But yes, public health warning. I'm not an expert, so, do give it a good smell. Make sure it's tasting okay if, you're eating this in 2025. But lovely, yes, pickling is dead simple. Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to do gherkins today. So that just means it's going to be pickled, basically any kind of cucumber, any kind of courgette. It's going to taste pretty good. I'm going for courgettes today, which I've got lovely, locally sourced from Jackson's and Sons. So they grow all their food in Nottingham. I got my order this week via Neighbour Food. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut it into gherkin-sized slices with my nice sharp knife. It helps if it's Japanese steel, but it doesn't have to be. So any old knife will do, as long as you're careful not to chop your fingers off. There we go. And don't worry, you're just going to have to watch me do the one of these, because here's some I made earlier. Here we go. So what we're going to do, I'm going to grab all these together, and then basically what you're going to preserve them in is brine. Now, brine is just a mixture of vinegar and water. So what I've got here is some pickling vinegar. This stuff's dead cheap and you get loads of it at the supermarket. So really you can use any kind of vinegar for this that you like. You can go as posh as you want to, or you can keep it cheap. This one I've already got lots of pickles out of, and there's plenty more in there to go. So today we are just going to do a small one. And basically it's half water. Brine is made of half water, half vinegar. So I've got my container. Now you can use any old thing. You can have a posh kilner jar as nice, but you don't have to. So this is just an old jar of olives, which I've just given a quick little rinse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up about a third of the way with the vinegar. I'm going to fill it up about another third of the way with some freshly poured water. Now we want to leave a bit of room, because obviously this is where we're going to be putting our pickled gherkins in a minute. So I need to leave a little bit of space for them. Now once I've got that, just to season the brine, I'm going to add, now this is a small jar, obviously you can scale this up, but I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Any old sugar will do really. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm also going to add a little bit of spicing in there. And for that, you can use anything you like. Use whatever, to your taste. But I'm going to put teaspoon 2 of mustard seeds, and I'm going to pop a bit of paprika in today and see how that goes. Now I'm going to put my hands up and say I haven't done pickling loads of times before, done it 3 times before today, just doing this workshop for you guys, but it's so easy. You can really kind of do anything you like anything, bread making, even pasta making, getting adventurous in the kitchen. It's not that hard once you actually give it a go. So I just give it a try recently. And yeah, it's all super easy, super accessible. Now what I'm going to do is I've got my pan warming up over here. I'm going to add this to the pan. I'm going to bring that to boil, and then as soon as that's boiled, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into here with all my vegetables. And now the residual heat just from the boiling will cook those just enough for you. So these aren't going to be too, going to be nice and crisp, going to be nice and fresh tasting, and they're going to be full of all that lovely pickling vinegar and that salt and sugar. And you actually don't need to use any salt and sugar if you want. I've got a few too many there, so I'm going to use them for later. But yeah, I've got them ready to go in my jar here. And simply, all I'm going to do when this finishes boiling, which is going to take a couple of minutes, is once that's hot, I'm going to pour it into here, and then we screw the lid on, and you leave a little bit of space at the top, and then you're away. You've got your pickles, basically. They're going to taste better the longer that you leave them. And so, you know, if you can give them, I would say give them at least 48 hours if you can. But it doesn't matter. As with all things cooking, there's all these hard and fast rules that you can read on websites and that kind of thing that say, oh, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. But just go for it. Actually, you know, this will taste fine if you wanted to have a little bit of pickled something on the side of your dinner or as a salad. And of course, you can use anything. You don't have to use courgettes or cucumbers. You don't have to make gherkins. Carrots are great in there. Onions are great in there. You can add a bit of garlic, add a bit of chili, whatever you like. And then you get into your kimchi stuff with cabbage and everything. It's a whole world of joy. So this could possibly do with another minute. So what I might do is just speed up the video. Lovely, so we're back in. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it's boiling up over here. So we've got some nice hot brine. That's going to go in to here, our prepared jar. And I'm just going to pour it straight in. You just want to leave a couple of centimetres at the top, ideally. I have probably put way too much veg in this. We're going to top that up. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my teaspoon that I used earlier. I'm just going to push all that right under there so it's getting in the brine. Get it all pickled nicely. Squeeze it into that spare space. Now, if I've got the right lid, yes, here we go. Just going to screw the lid on. I'm going to leave it a little bit of air actually, just so the pressure doesn't build up or anything like that. But there you go. Basically, that's it. That's your pickles. And for loads of other exciting and probably way more exciting activities and fun and creative things, loads of music, a mini citizens assembly, young hustlers taking over, all sorts, come to our new festival, Green Hustle, which takes place on the 19th of September online. You can watch it at greenhustle.co.uk. It's all free. It's all there for everybody. We're going to be working with the Wildlife Trust. Carbon Neutral 2028 will be coming down and doing some talks, and we'll be getting out there and meeting all the awesome people in Nottingham doing great things to make the world a little bit greener and a little bit better. So yeah, that's me. So from Hockley Hustle, Young Hustlers, Green Hustle team, big up yourselves Nottingham, get involved with the Carbon Neutral 2028 challenge and make the world a little bit greener.